What's up, everybody? Welcome back to my channel. I'm so glad you decided to come back today and join me in the tutorial. The first thing that I'm doing is priming my eyes using the LA Girl Pro Concealer in Almond, and now I'm using a fluffy eye brush from E.LF, and I'm just going to blend all that out very smoothly, very flawlessly, because I want the base to be very clean. The next thing that I'm going to do is take the matte book from the Crayon case and taking that purple shade. Now, what I'm doing is tapping my eyeshadows in. I always do that when I use color. As you noticed in some of my previous videos, I always tap in the color first, then I blend it out. I tap it into the direction and the shade that I want it to be. Next, I am taking another purple shade. It's lighter than the previous one, and I'm just going to place that above the notification. That's why I was looking like that. But I'm taking the purple and I'm just blending out that dark purple shade and following the same shape that the dark purple was in as well. I'm going to go back and forth because I need the blending to look good for this look. Now, here's just a little trick. Take a fluffy little eyeshadow brush, hold up your eyebrow, and just blend all the colors in very well. What I'm doing now is not really cutting my crease, but just placing the concealer in the shape that I want, because I'm going to prep it for the next color that I'm using on my lid. And that concealer I'm using is the same concealer I use to prime my eyes. Now I'm taking those two yellow shades in the matte book as well, and I'm going to be placing that onto my lid. The thing about yellows is that I can't really find one that's pigmented. Yellows to me always come off as pastels. And maybe I need to look into that, but I honestly don't even use yellow a lot. It's just not one of those colors I like to use. But for the purpose of this video, it needed to be used. So I'm just taking my finger and I'm just patting in the yellow eyeshadow because it was kind of looking patchy. And the yellow, what me using my finger was going to smooth that out. So now I'm taking the liner. Yeah, the liner from the Crayon case. And I'm not really doing a wing, so to say. I'm just creating some type of little angled little shape because I'm going to smoke it out later. And so now I'm just taking a smudge brush from E.LF and I'm just smudging out that black liner. And I'm just going to place some mascara on both of my eyes. I wasn't really sure of this mascara. Really, I'm not even sure of Wet n Wild mascaras because they don't do anything for me. But this one really gave me some volume. And plus, it was cheap. I really need to stop being so cheap and just invest myself into some of my makeup. That day shall come one of these days. Now, I'm going to go ahead and prime my face using the E.LF Cosmetics Putty Primeless. That was wrong. Putty Poreless Primer. Let me get it right. I love this primer. It feels just like lotion. It really soothes out my dry skin, and it's just very beneficial to me. The foundation that I'm using is my favorite foundation of all time. It's the Maybelline Super Stay 24 Hour. It's in the color 355 Coconut, and I am rubbing that or placing that on my face with another brush from E.LF. I've gotten to the point where I'm tired of using my fingers when applying my makeup. I'd rather just use brushes or just warm up stuff in my hand. I don't know. It felt like, to me, it was a better application. Now I'm just doing the usual, spraying some setting spray onto my foundation brush, and I'm just going to blend all that out on my face. And the way I blend my foundation, I do tapping motions, especially with the brush that I have now. But with it being called the ultimate blending brush, you can like swirl it around in your skin, and your makeup still is going to come off looking like amazing. You know, the makeup, the foundation really... That's a really good color for me. Now, I'm looking at it now. It really looks just like my skin. And I think that setting spray really helped out with that. So now it's time to conceal my face. And I'm using the LA Girl Pro Concealer in Almond. I'm finally coming to realize my shade range. of when it comes to me of highlighting and contouring. I don't contour, I just bronze. But when it comes to highlighting, I need brightness. I need neutralness rather than warmth. Because I have a warm skin tone. So to balance all that out, I need a cool tone or either a neutral tone concealer. And that's what this concealer was doing for me. And I applied that concealer just using just some regular concealer brush. I don't know where it came from. I'm not that big on brushes. So if you ask me where the brush came from, most of my brushes come from E.LF or some little dollar store or something like that. But now what I'm doing is just blending all the concealer out. I placed it under my eyes, the bridge of my nose, my forehead, Cupid's bow, my chin, usual places. And then what I like to do a lot is take what's on that foundation brush, whatever is left over, and I like to blend out the harsh lines because I don't want you to be able to see those harsh lines. Now I'm just setting my face using the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Loose Setting Powder in the color Banana. This is like one of my all-time favorite drugstore setting powders. It just melts into the skin. Like, do you see that? Look under my eyes. Like, it seriously melts under the skin. I see no creasing throughout the day. It's really, really some good setting powder. It reminds me of like the Black Radiance Beauty powder as well. What I'm doing now is contouring my face with the Juvia's Place Zulu palette, that brown shade. Now, I may have put a little too much. I went a little overboard on the, the right side of my face. But what you're going to see me do is just take another little fluffy brush, a little bronzy brush. I don't know the name of it. But I'm just going to blend that all out. This shade from the Zulu palette, that really works on all skin tones. I've seen it used on other makeup artists on YouTube or Instagram. And it's a really pretty color. Really pretty. You know, if we start using eyeshadow as bronzers, we won't even need bronzer anymore. That's just my opinion. Don't take me for that. So what I'm doing now is setting my face with the Wet n Wild Stay Matte or Setting Matte Spray. So now what I'm doing now is drawing the number 8 and the number 24. Which is why, which was the purpose of this video. As you all seen in the news, and I know you have, 9 victims died in a helicopter crash, and 2 of those victims was Kobe Bryant and his daughter Gianna Bryant. And after hearing that news, let me tell you, it hurts so much, especially if you have been his fan, for a long time. I started watching Kobe early 2000s. I was born in 98. So let's say around the time I was 4, I was watching Kobe Bryant play basketball with my daddy and with my brothers. You know, just seeing his skills, his talent, his intelligence, his dedication to the game. It really was just a sad, sad day to find out Sunday. It really has been just a sad week. And I'm just praying for his family, for all those families. You just never know. You never know what is going to happen. And I know we all say this, life is short, but it really makes you think, honestly, on that. Life really is short. So that is why I ask for everyone, just please keep praying for the families. Lift them up in your prayers. And just hold your family tight and realize what you have and be grateful for that. Now, I'm just here to let y'all know I'm not the best artist. I can't draw for nothing, which is why I like doing makeup. I can blend. I can blend real good, girl. But I can't draw. But I tried my best with this, you know, drawing a little 8. And I knew I had to draw it a certain way because what is coming off to the camera, as you saw on that too, that was backwards. But I tried my best, and I try to define it out by using some white eyeliner. That liner, by the way, came from the Crayon case. By the way, our products, if I don't name them in the video, they're listed down in the description box. So if you want to know, just read the description box. But anyway, I can't draw. I can't draw for nothing, but I tried with this. And I think it looks good, you know. It matters on what I think, or I believe. Because if I didn't like it, you wouldn't be seeing this. You feel me? And bam, I am back with lashes on. If you came this far, if you are still watching, thank you. You know, I appreciate it. I really do. I love it. Now I'm just lining my lips with some brown lip liner. Then I'm gonna put a little lip gloss and all that. And that's pretty much that with the video. If you, again, are still watching, keep on watching because please check out the end of the video. And yeah. Alright everyone, we've come down to the end of the video. I really hope you all enjoyed this tutorial. If you read down in the description box, the main reason of this tutorial was to tribute to Kobe Bryant. Kobe Bryant was the very first NBA player that I got to watch when I first was introduced into basketball. My dad is like the biggest fan of his. He absolutely loves that man. My whole family does. You know, finding out that he died was a shocker, but then finding out that his daughter died, and then finding out that the other 7 victims died as well was a lot. It was a lot, you know. And I see a lot of people, especially on social media, speak about how you know, the other people died as well. And trust me, I feel for them. I'm praying for their families. I truly am. But when you look up to a person, when they're an influence in your life, and then all of a sudden they're gone, it's a different type of hurt. You know, you feel for it. You feel for the pain, and this probably is one of the most painful losses that I know the world has felt. You know, it's not just here in the United States. It's not just here in my state of Georgia. It's the entire world, the NBA community. If you are an NBA fan, you understand what I'm saying. But please keep those families in your prayers. The Bryants, Altabellis, the Mossers, Zoe Bryant, the Chester families. Keep them in your prayers. And I just pray that those prayers, they hear them, and the families are uplifted with God's Holy Spirit, and just make it through another day. You know, I have the faith, the belief of seeing my loved ones again. And, you know, until then, I want, you know, those families to have that same hope and faith that they will see their loved ones once again. But please pray for those families. They need them, you know. I know with everything on social media, it can be a lot. It can be a lot. But I think the main thing that the families need is just prayer and space. You know, media doesn't help at all when you're going through so much pain. It doesn't help because it's a report of this, report of that. But just once again, keep praying, y'all. Just keep praying. Anyway, I hope you all enjoyed this tutorial. Please subscribe to my channel, give this video a like, turn on the notification post so that you'll be notified of my next upload. And I can't wait to see y'all in my next video. Hope you have a nice week. Bye.